morning, everybody. In this session, I'm going to talk about blood tissue. As you know, another type of spatial connective tissue is blood. The same other type of connective tissue, general connective tissue, cartilage tissue, and bone tissue, blood tissue composed and consists of two parts: extracellular matrix and cellular part, the same other type of general connective tissue and spatial connective tissue. But one of the difference between blood tissue and other type of spatial connective tissue is ECM, or extracellular matrix, in blood tissue is in fluid phase. Okay, we can see here blood tissue composed of a fluid part called plasma or extracellular matrix and a cellular part. The cellular part are divided into erythrocyte or red blood cell, leukocyte or white blood cell, and thrombocyte or platelet. Okay, as you know, I taught you in the last session about general connective tissue, cartilage tissue, and bone tissue. All of them, the extracellular matrix consists of different parts: fiber, ground substance, glycoprotein, protoglycan, and tissue fluid. But in blood tissue, extracellular matrix is a fluid called plasma. Okay, this is extracellular matrix for blood tissue is plasma or extracellular matrix. Some histologists and some scientists and some histopathologists call it extracellular fluid, not extracellular matrix. For blood tissue, call it extracellular fluid or plasma. Doesn't matter, because extracellular matrix, plasma, and extracellular fluid are the same. Could you please turn off your microphone, because a little bit there is a noise. Thank you so much. As you know, blood tissue is a spatial connective tissue. Consists of two parts: cells and extracellular matrix or extracellular fluid or plasma. In the volume of blood in adult male, about 5 to 6 liters. In female, about 4 to 5 liters. About 7 to 8% of the body weight is blood tissue. The pH of blood tissue is 7.4, about neutral pH, not acidic and alkali, neutral pH. The color of blood tissue is different between scarlet for oxygenated blood in artery to deep red in the oxygenated blood into the vein. Okay, the oxygenated blood into the vein, the color is deep red. Oxygenated blood in artery is scarlet. If we centrifuge the blood tissue, we can see the separate part of blood tissue. You can see here a machine called a centrifuge spins to separate the blood component. You can see here blood tissue before centrifuging, after centrifuging. Here you can see here red blood cell, white blood cell and platelets called buffy coat and plasma. The heavier red blood cell at the bottom, here is bottom, in the middle part and in the top part is plasma. Okay, heavier red blood cell come down at the bottom of here, and the middle part is white BC or white blood cell and platelet or buffy coat, and the top surface or top part you can see plasma. This is before centrifuging, this is after centrifuging. Here is extracellular fluid or extracellular matrix is plasma. Here is cell, white blood cell, platelet, and red blood cell or erythrocyte. Plasma about 55%. Okay, the volume of blood, the volume of plasma in whole blood tissue is about 55%, and blood cells about 45%. You can see here plasma water about 92%, plasma proteins about 7%, and other solids about 1%. For blood cells, red blood cells about 99%, and platelet and white blood cell as a buffy coat about 1%. In the middle part, red blood cell in the bottom part, and plasma in the top part. You can see here, after centrifuging the blood tissue, and we can see all components of blood tissue. Plasma as an extracellular fluid or extracellular matrix, and blood cells, white BC, platelet, and RBC or red blood cell. Blood component. You can see in this chart or table, plasma consists of 3 parts: water, more than other parts, about 92% by weight, proteins about 7% by weight, consists of albumins about 58%, globulins about 37%, fibrinogen about 4%, and regulatory protein about 1%. And other solid, 1% by weight, consists of electrolyte, nutrient, respiratory gas, and waste product. All of these are plasma components. Okay, plasma about 55% of whole blood tissue in this area, top area. And erythrocyte, about 4.2 to 6.2 million per cubic millimeter. about 42 to 47%. This erythrocyte called hematocrit. What is hematocrit? Hematocrit is the percentage by volume of red blood cell in our blood tissue. Okay, this erythrocyte about 4 to 6 million per cubic millimeter, called hematocrit. And buffy coat here, erythrocyte in the bottom area and buffy coat in the middle area, about 1%. Including platelet, about 120 to 300,000 per cubic millimeter in whole body, in whole blood tissue. And white blood cell or leukocyte, another name of white blood cell is leukocyte, about 5 to 10,000 per cubic millimeter, consists of or including neutrophil, lymphocyte, monocyte, eosinophil, and basophil, about 1% in the middle area. This is all components of blood tissue. The first cell in blood tissue is erythrocyte. I'm going to talk about erythrocyte in this slide, or red blood cell. As you know, in female about 5.4 million per microliter. In male about 6 million per microliter. In children about 5.5 million per microliter. This is in the normal condition or normal situation. You can see here the shape of red blood cell or erythrocyte. The thickness of red blood cell in the lateral side, okay, this side and this side, is about 2.6 micrometer. In the middle part, about 0.75 micrometer. The diameter of erythrocyte about 7.5 micrometer. This is thickness. As you know, erythrocyte has a biconcave shape. The middle side is the thickness of erythrocyte in the middle side less than lateral side or corner side or peripheral side. Okay, here the thickness more than here in the middle side, because erythrocyte or red blood cell is a biconcave shape, and the diameter of erythrocyte is about 7.5 micrometer. Biconcave shape. These cells do not contain organelles and nucleus. Just this type of cell have hemoglobin. Okay? Don't have organelles, don't have nucleus, just have a hemoglobin for transport oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay? Hemoglobin. As you know, the function of erythrocyte is gas exchange and transport between lung, blood, and tissue, oxygen and carbon dioxide.